Welcome back to the podcast. Listen, I'm your host, Sean Anthony. Here's the thing. You're here for Extra Credit Fridays. This perhaps might be one of my favorite things that we do with the show because we go back and revisit those iconic conversations from guests you may not even know we had on the show. And today we are back with another classic banger. This week's episode, we go back into the vault and bring you an episode from 2019 with my guy, Tony Gaskins. You see him everywhere from the Oprah Winfrey Show, the Tyra Banks Show. You've probably heard him give a million different ideas of advice, helping people in terms of relationships. You do not want to miss this amazing, exclusive Extra Credit Fridays with none other than Tony Gaskins. How important do you think it is for somebody that's listening to right now, if they're afraid to, how important do you think it is for them to tell their story?
I think it's everything, because if you don't tell your story, then your life was useless. If you don't tell your story, then you were just a social security number. You were just an ID number if you don't tell your story. But when you tell your story, you write your name in history. When you tell your story, you tell the world, I was here. When you tell your story, like, may God rest his soul, Nipsey Hussle. You know, I was listening to his album, and it was so crazy for me because I had started studying him, and I have what I call like study of greatness. And so as I see somebody who's greatness in the making, I start studying them. And I had started studying him about 40 days before his passing. And so it hit me so hard. And I could tell from his music and from what he was saying that most likely he's killed people. He never said it because that would be incriminating. But I could hear in his music that it was so real. And in that, and you know, people are losing their lives. His best friend lost his life, Steve, who they named the barbershop after. So I could tell that most likely he had killed people in his career as a gangster. Or if not kill people, at least shot them or shot at them.
100%.
That's a lot to tell. That's a lot to admit to. But in his coded language, he was saying that to the people who were in the streets who would know what he means. And then he was saying, I did what you did, and I probably did worse than what you did. But look at me today. So if I can mature, if I can change, you can mature and you can change. So I was studying that, and because of the depths of his words, I saw his untimely demise happening before it happened. And I remember when it happened, my wife, she came in, she's screaming. She was like, oh my goodness, because when it hit the airwaves, that
crazy.
She said, oh my goodness, you just said this. You spoke this on that man. That's what she said. That's her words. But I didn't really speak it on them because I don't have power over somebody else's life. But I had just told her that morning. That I saw that happening. Because in my studies of his interviews and his music, I said he was too deep. He was in too deep. This was not somebody sitting in their bedroom with their blinds open, looking outside.
He was in that.
And stuff happening and writing it in their notepad, turning it into rhymes. This was somebody who was in it. And for me, it was a lesson. And it was a lesson on legacy. It was a lesson on turning mistakes into lessons. And it was confirmation for me from God to like keep going. Yeah. Like keep going, keep sharing your story, and make sure that you got your ducks in a row. Yeah. Make sure that you put things in place, because you never know when you're a voice, when you shift in the culture, when you shift in the atmosphere, you never know when your number will be called. You never know when the person right next to you from where you from, because of the life that you walk, because I was in the streets, because I was doing dirt, because I was out there, you never know when that's going to come back to haunt you. So make sure that every day you do your best work and that you add your voice to the world.
Hey, what's up, fam? Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. We'll see you next week here at School's Over Now What. And always remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it.